Everything you need to know about the all-new Range Rover Sport 2022. The top-spec model is already faster than the Outgoing Svr. The first-generation Range Rover Sport was the first Land Rover product other than the full-size Range Rover to wear the coveted badge. 1 second, before we start the video, kindly subscribe to this channel. That will motivate us to make more videos like this. Your support is very important for us. Only, you can help us to reach the next milestone. Now, let's get started. What makes the latest generation Sport special is that it was designed side by side with the new full-size Range Rover. Land Rover did a magnificent job of keeping it a secret. But now we can reveal everything we know and why we think the new Sport has what it takes to take the fight directly to cars like the BMW X5, Mercedes-Benz GLE, and Porsche Cayenne. The two new Range Rovers were created side by side to give the designers enough creative freedom to differentiate the two cars properly. This tactic worked beautifully. Let's not beat around the bush. The new Sport is a stunning, elegant machine. Slightly less butch than its predecessors, but somehow more purposeful than ever before. We love the front end. We're so happy Land Rover didn't follow the current design trend of adding a grille large enough to cool a container ship engine. Other design differences include slimmer lights at the front and rear. The units at the rear wrap around slightly to increase the stance. One of the main design targets was a sporty stance, and Land Rover did a fantastic job. The overall design is minimalist. If you boil the design down to a simple sketch, you see only three main lines: roofline, waistline, and the sill line. The waistline runs the entire length of the car, all the way from the clamshell bonnet to the rear, where the three lines meet. Every design element on the new Sport is also flush. If you run your hands across the length of the car, you'll struggle to find a piece that sticks out. That translates to attention to detail, which is one of the hallmarks of luxury. Two minor criticisms, however. The Sport badge on the trunk seems out of place. Why go through all the trouble of differentiating the car via intelligent and elegant design elements, only to paste a small, insignificant badge on the trunk? The floating roof and windows are also highly susceptible to smudges. You just think of touching the tinted glass, and it smudges. Land Rover employed a man to clean the car, just for that one day. As soon as someone touched the car, he ran in and wiped the smudge away. We doubt Smudge Man will be an optional extra, so if you are interested in a Sport, just know that you'll be spending at least 15 minutes per day wiping smudges away. Performance of the Range Rover Sport. The new Range Rover Sport will be available with 4 engines, all mated to an 8-speed ZF automatic transmission. The P360 is equipped with a turbocharged inline-6 with a mild hybrid system. It produces 355 horsepower and 369 lb-ft of torque. The P400 uses the same engine but is tuned to provide 395 horsepower and 406 lb-ft of torque. The P440e is the plug-in hybrid option consisting of the turbocharged inline-6 and an upgraded electric drive unit. It comes standard with a 31.8 kWh battery and an electric motor that produces 140 horsepower. Combined, the two power sources can shove the Sport to 60 miles per hour in 5.5 seconds. If you're not in a sporty mood, you can put it in EV mode, in which case it will cruise silently for 48 miles. We happen to know that Land Rover is pretty concerned about the range, given the luxurious nature of the car. It has yet to be delivered to the EPA for a complete test, but the figure above is based on Land Rover testing the vehicle with all the luxury items switched on. It would rather underpromise and overdeliver than the other way around. The 4.4-liter BMW Source twin-turbo, P530, puts the Sport in Range Rover Sport. We'll miss the supercharged 5.0 liters obnoxious soundtrack, but the BMW powertrain is more advanced and semi-environmentally friendly. The V8 produces 523 horsepower and 553 lb-ft of torque. The previous generation SVR had 567 horsepower and 516 lb-ft on tap. That's not a big difference. In fact, the new V8 Sport is already faster than the outgoing SVR. It gets to 60 miles per hour in roughly 4.5 seconds. There will be an SVR version of the new model, but obviously, Land Rover did not want to divulge too much information. It will make its debut in roughly 12 months, and the Range Rover Sport project manager told us that it would obviously have more power than the outgoing model. We know BMW's twin-turbo V8 can be tuned to provide up to 627 horsepower without any hybrid assistance. Bolt an electric motor to the gearbox, and you can quickly get it to 700 horsepower. The gear selector is a new stubby leather-clad unit, surrounded by all the essential terrain response and air suspension controls. Quality-wise, it's a big step forward. The use of materials is spectacular and easily on par with the full-size Range Rover. Naturally, luxury was a top priority, and luckily Land Rover still understands the definition of luxury. It's not about how many screens you can fit in the car, or how innovative the voice control is. Luxury is about space, air, and silence. The Sport appears to be quite spacious. The Range Rover Sport is expensive compared to the outgoing model, its direct rivals, and even the large-body Range Rover. The new P360 SE costs $83,000, increasing to $90,000 for the P400 SE Dynamic. A plug-in hybrid in autobiography trim goes for $104,200, while the P530 First Edition retails for $121,500. By comparison, the previous generation P360, with the same engine, costs $71,000. Excluding the SVR, the Range Rover Sport model lineup ended with the 5.0-liter supercharged V8 autobiography, which only just breached the $100,000 mark. The P530 is more expensive than the Mercedes-AMG GLE 63 and the BMW X5M. Porsche's class-leading Cayenne Turbo is more costly, however. We think the Sport's main rival will be the full-fat Range Rover, which starts at $104,000. There's a lot of overlap between the Sport and the mid-range P530 SE, which uses the same BMW-sourced V8 you'll find in the Sport. Yes, the Sport will be sportier, but nothing beats a big-body Range Rover if you want to make a statement. Land Rover's order books opened, the first orders will arrive late in the year, possibly early in 2023. What do you think about this? Let me know this by commenting below. I would love to see them. I can go through your comments and share my feedback. Thanks for watching this video completely. Kindly subscribe to this channel, and hit the like button. Thanks again, have a great day.